about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Nick Athan, former publisher of Warpaint Illustrated for 14 years, and joined by Mr. Hense Todd with Bowtie Sports. Check out his show every Saturday with Coach Dre, 1 o'clock Central Time at Bowtie Sports. They are a lively crew. It's a great show, and I highly recommend that you watch it. And before we get started on all of today's topics, we'll talk about my good friend and our corporate sponsor, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. He's part of the SunWest Real Estate team in the greater Kansas City area. He is a trusted real estate advisor, and he's my trusted real estate advisors and one of my best friends. You know, when we started Chiefs Blitz, he was, one of the first people to call, say, what can I do? I said, well, how about sponsoring? And he said, absolutely, I'm all in. So he put his money where his mouth is. And so what we're trying to do in return is make sure we find some Kansas City residents or some people in the surrounding area of Kansas City to give Eric a try. Whether you're buying a house, you're selling a house, give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. You can email him at esellskc@gmail.com. He is the guy. He's a good friend. He's a big Chiefs fan, and he will make sure that the house you want or the house that you want to sell, you get top dollar and you get all the things that you want, and that's what you want in a real estate advisor. Give Eric a call again, 816-729-3785.
Proud sponsor of Chiefs. Who?
Proud sponsor.
We
were muted.
No, man, we muted.
We
muted. Dang.
Yeah, the show works better when we're not on mute. At least that's what I. That's what I was taught. That's what I've heard.
I was taught. Right.
That's good advice.
That's what I heard.
That's some great advice.
Yeah,
go ahead and slam the door shut on you, sir. Slam the door shut on you, sir. That's
Can't
you.
put him in jail. He won't be able to press the button.
No trust.
Put the warden. The first time, put the warden in jail. Put the warden in jail.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't trust us to be quiet.
I don't think so. Look, right.
I don't know. I trust you guys to be quiet.
The child and safety locks are on.
But before the show starts, we want to give our prayers and thoughts to BJ Thompson. Go ahead and let us know what's going on, Nick.
Yeah, as everybody knows, the Chiefs canceled OTA practices on Thursday, and they had an event with a player, and it ended up being BJ Thompson. He had some sort of a seizure, we believe, and then a heart condition or heart event. He was rushed to the hospital. This morning, we got an update from his agent who indicated that he is awake and he is responding to the doctors. He had not been until this morning since he entered the hospital or since the event. The doctors seem confident that he's going to make a full recovery. So our prayers to him and all that matters is that he gets healthy. We can talk about the football part of it at a later date, but for right now, prayers and thoughts for BJ Thompson. I was expecting big things from him this year, and great picture here celebrating his rookie season, getting a Super Bowl ring, which I believe the rings will be debuted a week from Thursday in an event in Kansas City.
I will be there, guys.
Yes, an event in Kansas City.
Okay,
so all good.
Start chatting them up now. Hence, they might give you a ring.
They might give you a ring.
Hey, for real.
Maybe Jerry Rice will give you one of his extra rings. He doesn't need them all.
Also, man, prayers and thoughts for his family.
Yes.
The kid is only 25 years old, and that's a lot that's happening around. I've been seeing it happen around this world. I'm not gonna get more in detail or the reason why I think why, but I'm just saying prayers and thoughts for his friends, his family, all his loved ones, also to the Chiefs Kingdom. You know what I mean? Because hey. Let's love it. And also, you know what time it is. It's also y'all have any thoughts y'all want to say before we go move on?
Well, I think the first thing, the first thing that comes to mind, you think of DeMar Hamlin. Now, granted, that was on national TV. It was during a game, but I guess the thankful part is that it happened, when he was at the facility, because there's immediate attention. There's trainers. There may or may not have been a doctor in the house, but I'm sure one got there quickly if there wasn't. So you're thankful for that piece of it. You hope he does get well very soon. And it's just one of those things. It's just anytime, any day, you always, hear people talking about living the moment and make the most out of every day. You just never know. Mm-hmm. So hopefully this is just a blip on the radar for this young man, and he comes back and has the opportunity to live, and then, at some point come back to the field and play some football. Yeah. Boom.
That's it. That's all you got to say. Boom.
I said, send out good prayers to the young man,
And just like when Nick said on Twitter, man, these it's just like, got to look at these players, man. They let you know these players are just like us. You can't look at them that they just Hammond with pads and cleats. They are like human beings, just like a piece of us,
like a piece of meat.
They're not just a playbook. They're just not a route runner. They're just not a defender.
They're real people.
They are real people, just like us. So, prayers and thoughts to his friends, his family, all his loved ones. Also to the Chiefs Kingdom.
Yep, and to the Chiefs medical personnel for getting there quickly and taking care of things and stabilizing him. That probably ended up being a reason why he's awake today.
Definitely.
All right.
Also, man, I want to give a huge shout out today. If you didn't wear a purple,
yes,
you wear purple, because I got on my purple. Because I know
I don't have any purple on. I'm sporting my Kansas City Kings shirt today.
I seen that throwback. I seen that dope shirt.
Today is one and only, the man, the legend himself. Birthday.
Could have done without the Vikings colors.
Dearly beloved, we have gathered here today to get to this thing called life. Clap your hands, y'all. On the one.
Come on, Hense, sing along.
Come on, Hense, we want to hear the golden tones. Nobody better, man. Nobody better.
Nobody better.
From a performance.
And he's rocking heels. He doing all this in heels, though.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Yeah, well, that was like 12, 13 minutes of pure gold. To me, the greatest Prince thing was playing My Guitar Gently Weeps and the solo he did. I think it was at the
Rock and Roll Hall
of Fame. Yeah. That was just
Prince is just a music.
Absolute bone.
You talk about a mic drop. He just kind of threw the guitar in the air and walked off.
Just classic Prince.
Dearly beloved.
Hey, but again,
big shout out to Prince, though.
Yeah, big shout out. He would have been he was
58, 66.
66 years old today.
66 years younger.
Can you imagine the music that he would have had the last 8 years or so?
Can you imagine the music he still got now? He still got thousands of songs that haven't been released.
I know. Oh, they'll release them eventually.
Man, they got to, man. You can't keep it hot. You can't keep it hot.
Some of us pay attention a lot closer than others. They have been releasing more and more. I mean, since probably like a year after he passed, super deluxe versions of several of the albums. 1999, Purple Rain, Sign of the Times, Diamonds and Pearls. So all those albums, and they have extra songs, live performances, a lot of different stuff. And I guess if you follow the folks on social media, for a lot of people, they're looking for everything. They want the estate to get even more out, but a lot of it, some stuff that wasn't released prior. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff, and it'll continue to trickle out. But it's there's a lot out there.
A lot out there. Man. And it's a lot that's out there that a lot of people gave me some heat for on this show. They said I was building a Madden team. They said I was the guy that's giving out golden jackets.
No, you are.
Nobody even laughed at me.
You are.
But it's
all that is true.
Yeah, facts.
But there's one man that came back and returned as a Kansas City Chiefs that I said that I.
Oh my gosh.
The Cole Harvard is back in uniform wearing his number 17 jersey, according to Chiefs Blitz.
Are we excited about that? Is there something to be excited about?
It's speed. Speed
absolutely.
Speed after speed after speed after speed.
Guess who's back?
Guess who's
back again?
Guess who's back?
It's not Shady. It's McCall. All right.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, speed. I guess speed kills. I guess speed kills. Then I guess guys speed kills. Huh?
Well, they got a lot of it.
Was there any details on his new deal? I think I just heard 1 year, but it didn't say what the.
He got $4 million from the Jets last year, so I'm assuming it's probably pretty close to that.
Right.
I'll see if I can find out.
I mean, I don't know. So Kareem says, if Miko wins another ring here, is he in the Ring of Honor? Is he in the Chiefs Ring of Honor?
He got more rings than Tyreek Hill.
I mean, if you guys are giving out gold jackets like they're Tic Tacs, I don't know. Sure, put him in there. No. What the hell do the rings have to do with anything? I mean, look at the guys that are in it and what they accomplished for their entire careers. I mean, people that actually contributed a hell of a lot more to the franchise. It's great. You don't begrudge them the rings. I mean, Robert Ory has about 20 of them, but I don't think he's in anybody's Ring of Honor.
Hey, you know what? That's a good one. Because Robert Ory is just like, Robert Ory was big time. Big Shot Bob was different.
Big Shot Bob, absolutely.
Yeah, Big Shot Bob was different.
Hit one of the biggest shots in Laker history.
And I hated it. Against Sacramento?
Yep.
I hated it.
But again, he's rocking number 17, OTAs. Hey, is Xavier Worthy happy? I'm happy.
You should be.
Happy.
Should be on Madden too.
The Chiefs has the fastest wide receiver core according to Pro Football Focus.
That's cool.
In NFL history. So, is you ever going to see anybody faster than these guys? Hey, Worthy is a 4.21. Nico in Hollywood Brown is a 4.33. Rasheed Rice is a 4 something. You know what I mean? But again, these guys are going to come out, ball it out. Mahomes.
They better come out with good hands. They better come out with good hands.
You blitz. Hey, if I'm Andy Reid, Isaiah Pacheco, you're gonna sit out this one. I'm putting Hollywood Brown in the backfield.
Man, Nico Harvard on the outside. We're gonna get them boys punted.
Oh man, can you imagine?
There's gonna be all kind of fireworks going off.
So this is Hense's Madden dream.
This is Madden dream.
We're gonna run 4 verts every single play.
Absolutely,
yeah,
4 verticals.
We don't care about anything else.
We're not running the ball.
We're not running the ball,
man. The ball, it's going deep. It's going deep every time. We don't care. We're going deep every time, man. Hey, great protection, great offense.
Let's bring a little seriousness to this whole thing.
Right, come on with him.
I don't. Is he a lock to make the team? I don't know.
Yes.
Nick says yes.
Hey, Luke. Yes. I need to call you again, sir.
Oh, okay. So you've got three spots are sewn up, right?
Right.
We can agree on that, right? Rice, Worthy, and Hollywood.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So stop it, Kareem. Stop it.
Kadarius, Sky,
no.
Justin Watson,
yes.
Nico,
yes.
Justin Ross, I guess my point is not all these guys are going to make the team. And I think a lot, and many of them won't, I think. They may just go with 6.
I would go with 6 because they're going to carry 3 or 4 tight. They're going to carry 3 or 4 tight ends.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to have to carry 3 or 4 running backs.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, I said earlier in the preseason that the shocking cut for me might be Justin Watson, because I thought because of the numbers he might be the odd man out. But I mean, McCall. I mean, from a personal standpoint, it's great to see a guy that's been around and whatever. But in terms of production on the field, it's been pretty hit and miss.
Hey, it's Nicole Hardman. Garrick Dieter, whatever his name is, Patrick Mahomes' best friend. He kept bringing him back. We didn't know why number 12 was always around.
But Garrick was rarely up on. He was rarely up on game days. I mean, he just was around the program, if you would, kind of like that walk on that you just can't get rid of. But no, I mean, I think McCall has made plays. I mean, you saw him in the Super Bowl last year.
He made 2 big plays. I mean, every time the ball was thrown to him, he made a catch.
Right. So
yeah, it just sounds so. Yeah, I mean,
he has an opportunity.
He made a catch.
Sure,
he was cool. He made a catch.
It's gonna be very interesting. That room when it comes down to cut down day. Yeah. It's gonna be, there's not going to be any guarantees outside of that top 3.
He'll be there.
Catch the ball. Just catch the ball, guys. Can this training camp be about catching the ball though? For real, just catch the ball, bro. That's
okay. Can we? I think we're going to rename the coach. We just call him Catch the Ball,
please. This year, I want to see more catches than anything else. This year, I want to see the catch rate. I want to see catches.
Absolutely, man.
I think you're going to see a very high catch rate in Kansas City.
Man, Nick, talk about it. You definitely are.
Where's the guy from Dodgeball? If you can catch a wrench, you can catch a ball. Let's get him coaching these receivers.
Put Dre face on
it. Absolutely.
Hey, here's you give me an idea. I'm definitely gonna make that happen, bro. I'm definitely gonna make that happen. You can catch a wrench, you can catch a ball.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yes, for real, man. Their hands were so pathetic last year. It was horrible. It was horrible. But we'll see.
Hey, they won the Super Bowl, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did they have any big drops in the postseason?
But was it consistent? I mean, I don't know. You're right, Nick. But I'm just saying though, like we wouldn't be having this conversation, Nick. If they would catch the ball, Chiefs would still be on top.
It certainly came along. They just the guys that were. It seemed like were having the problems with the drops were kind of pushed to the wayside. Yeah, I mean, outside of MVS making a couple of grabs here and there, Kadarius wasn't part of anything.
Neither was
Sky. We didn't see Sky nearly that much, at the end of the year, and these injuries that kind of wouldn't heal. So, we just kind of read between the lines.
So I'm hearing Young Joe. I heard Young Joe. This is his final chance.
Young Joka.
Yeah, it's his final chance, man.
Well, Sky, I think all of them.
Yeah. I don't think there's any room for error.
Justin Ross, I could see perhaps them kind of pushing him, onto the practice squad. Drake. But again, I think he's so talented, somebody would try to snap him up.
Like Xavier Worthy said. He said, now we got the fastest wide receiver in the wide receiver room.
You keep talking about speed. You keep talking about the zoom speed.
Hey, the Dolphins crown them.
You three. Mark my words. When it gets close, you listen, I'm gonna put this finger on your.
That's beautiful. Okay, that's
not the middle finger.
Can you keep it up? Can you keep it beautiful? Can you keep it up there for the rest of the show? All right. Well, now we can't see you anymore. All right.
Hey,
so that's his own. Those are his own cell bars right there.
Yes.
Just let's not forget the Dolphins crowned themselves track champions of the NFL last year. Didn't really do them a whole lot. This team is much different. It's not going to be again. It's a cool thing to talk about now. You still got to produce. So let's see. It's all going to come down to Hollywood and Rashee Rice's availability and see how quickly Xavier comes along.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, guys. I don't care about the speed. Speed really don't mean nothing to me when it comes to
please.
I just worry about hands. These mittens. She called me mittens. I just want to see
the ball is important.
Go get in some of these chats, Nick.
All right, let's talk about a couple of these things here. All right. Patrick Mahomes has not won a Super Bowl without McCole Hardman.
Good call.
For Ken St. Clair, he's an insurance policy, but he's okay. 3 ain't a small feat, Lou, plus the game winner. Nate Taylor confirmed Hardman's return is indeed for when Rice is suspended. He's been hitting out for a couple of months. He also said that Jet McKinnon can return in August, which I'm fine with. Mary Lee, as her usual self, I'm not excited about Hardman. My good friend Donna Willard, I think she's commenting on the show overall. We appreciate and love you, Donna.
Love it.
Appreciate all you do for me.
Donna,
and, I owe you a phone call with an update on the other project. So I'm going to do that.
Is that a first time on this show?
Donna's been on, I think, a couple of times, but
really?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Okay.
And let's see. Kadarius is on his final chance. I think we're all in agreement. And then Ken St. Clair, definitively more and Tony barely played. MVS came on strong. MVS is now the Buffalo Bills problem. So,
Young Joker. That's his name now. I don't call him Tony no more. I call him Young Joker now. I don't call him Tony. I call him Young Joker.
They call him Catch Dre.
That's my new name for the season. Catch Dre. Hey, I'm definitely making that meme. I'm making that meme. Hey, if you can catch a wrench, you can catch a ball. I'm definitely making that meme. I got to.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
I got to.
You know, OTAs are over.
All that speed to get behind the defense and can't catch.
OTAs are over now. You know, minicamp is up next. What y'all looking for to come up in minicamp?
I want to see Worthy get busy.
Yeah, I want to see what Worthy's going to bring.
Put hands and feet on Worthy.
Well, I don't think they're not in pat.
He was born with hands and feet, sir.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the opposite position.
They don't wear pads in minicamp, right?
I don't think so. They may wear shells.
The shells.
I think they wear the shells, but not the actual pads.
And then the big extra on the helmets.
The big extras.
Oh God! If we see one of those in an NFL game, I'm going to go ballistic. And I want the whole thing.
Nick is all about the aesthetics, man.
I mean, I want to see a red helmet. I want to see a brown helmet.
That's right.
I want to see a blue helmet. I want to see a purple helmet.
You know, if that makes it so safe, why can't they make just the regular helmets out of the same material? Is that not? I mean,
well,
you would think that would be, you know, I mean, with all this engineering and everything that the millions of dollars they're pumping into safety, you would think they would come up with a helmet that was more like that.
If you have to wear it, you shouldn't be playing that game. That's my opinion.
Well, I'm saying as a preventative,
I know,
not as a, hey, I can come back sooner because I've got this softer helmet on. I'm saying just as a preventative
mitten on your head. I got you.
Yeah. Yes, David. I said purple helmet. It was an example of my plethora of color choices in honor of Prince himself. That's why I said
yes. Is David new to the crowd?
David Steve Steckelberg. Thank you, David.
What up, David?
Please subscribe if you have.
I guess I missed it when he said it. Usually I probably would have commented something like
that.
Lou's
very detailed, guys. He's very detailed when it comes to certain situations. But guys, real quick, I'm looking at this Michael Jackson situation, right? Remember when he first did the moonwalk? They said when he first did
situation.
What's the situation?
Let him finish. Let him make his point.
Wait.
It seemed like it was like breaking news or something.
Right. to me, it was breaking news because they said when he did it, that's when he like separated himself from the Jackson 5, and he wasn't his old his aura about himself hit when he played Billie Jean, and he came out with his own array of moves. And they said he stole the show at the Grammys. He stole the show. They said people couldn't see Nate.
That was actually at Motown 25.
Sorry, Motown
25th anniversary.
I apologize about that.
And because
that was his separation. And
well,
it was like
off the wall first, and then that moment again because it was on national TV, and he did something that I don't know for most people had never seen before.
Michael Jackson, it ain't his day; it's Prince's day.
Yeah,
don't you stop me from talking about Mike, sir.
So Motown 25, I think, was what 35 or 40 years ago.
About 40 years ago. Yeah.
Broken news here by the coach.
Yeah, he's breaking news for the guys my age. Yeah, for guys my age, man. You know,
I want to shout out to David again. He was an old Warpaint Illustrated message board guy. And for those that were part of the Warpaint Illustrated message board, that was a lively bunch. That was the craziest thing that I did. And the hardest job I had was monitoring that board. So
perhaps you should welcome them back into the fold, Nick.
Bring back Warpaint then.
Oh man, I'm actually working on bringing the we did a podcast called Out of Bounds. I'm working on bringing the my other two participants to do a show. Hopefully they will find it in their schedule. So there you go. All right. So here we're at OTAs. Obviously,
here to keep everything above board, Kareem.
Yes, everything's above board around here. Yeah. All right, OTAs in today. Coach Reed is going to be speaking soon. Obviously, he'll address the BJ Thompson situation, but this is the last OTA session. And McCall Hardman's back wearing 17. Xavier Worthy is still not practicing. Probably won't practice until training camp as a precaution to make sure his hamstring is 100%. But, for the most part, guys, the majority of the big names have been there, not every day. But we know Patrick has. Travis has been there quite often. All the young guys are there. Chris Jones
look at not to cut you off, but look at Wally. Wally is big as heck.
Tall dude.
God. Just get your little pen out and color that jersey in gold, okay? Come on, man.
Lou, you silly. He said cover that jersey in gold.
I was gonna say man crush, but it has to be men crush because there's a few of them.
Man.
Hey, the guy likes who he likes, There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, you know what's funny?
I like them all, man. Yeah, that's good. All right.
He said he like them all. He don't have no game. He say, hey, anybody can come and get it. Hello.
Anybody can get it, boy. Anybody can get the gold jacket.
Passing out those Tic Tacs, man.
Maybe we need to do a Chiefs Blitz jacket. Maybe we should call Dan the Taylor. I'll call Dan the Taylor man. Free plug. And we'll see if he can make something up for us. I think it's a great idea.
Hey, listen. Honestly, guys, I like that idea, Nick. Hey, Hense's bow ties gold jacket. You give him the gold jacket because if you're a Chiefs player, you're getting the gold jacket.
I'll tell you what. I'll do one better for our Chiefs 2 segment, which we're going to start over once the season starts. Sorry, Kareem, you're gonna have to earn your stripes. But we will come up with some sort of jacket.
Just the standings. We're going to continue to do the segment. Yeah. We'll wipe the slate clean.
We're wiping the slate clean. And at the end of the year, the one with the most wins, we'll see if we can come up with some sort of Chiefs Blitz jacket.
Mm-hmm. Jacket or a belt.
Or we can get a belt.
You want a belt?
We can get it like a.
I guess we could do that.
Like a championship belt.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure we were talking about. Wait a minute.
Whoever wins,
go down to Men's Warehouse and get a red belt.
Nice. All right. That might be a better idea. We'll do a championship belt, and we'll have that person on the show. I think that's a great idea.
No, whoever wins it, we just pass it around. They take a picture on social media, tag is in it, and the next person get it.
All right. We'll figure something out.
Back and forth.
We're going on the fly here. All right, I'll get it.
Again, back to OTAs. Minicamp is
before we had the man crush moment with Jared Wiley.
Go ahead.
Are you good now, Hans?
Go ahead. Nick.
You need a cigarette?
No, he's all good. Oh my goodness, we're going off the rails very quickly. It is Friday. No, listen. He's right. He's a big target.
It's a big
the Chiefs offense. I'm telling you right now, guys.
Big man.
The Chiefs offense, and from what I'm told, and people who've watched practices and people that I talk to have just raved about how quickly some of these guys have adapted to Mahomes. Again, it's shorts, it's not pads. They're not going to be as fast. Once they're playing against some top-notch competition and they have the pads on, and it's the third quarter or the fourth quarter. These kinds of things I have a way of working themselves through, but I don't think anybody can argue that this has a chance to be one of the better offenses that Kansas City has had. If Mahomes holds up at the offensive line, Joe Thuney's still not practicing. I don't think there's an overall concern he won't be ready for the regular season, but he needs to get some reps in training camp because, they got to decide what they're going to do with him after this year. So that's a pretty key guy to have. And I thought last year before his injury, this was the best season of his NFL career. But again, I think this offense is going to be great.
Check your device.
Yeah, Trent McDuffie talked last night at the charity softball event with Justin Reed and Trey Smith, and he talked about how Spags just keeps telling him to keep grinding and take nothing for granted. And these guys are focused. They know they lost one of their warriors last, in L'Jarius Sneed, but they're ready to all step up. So this team has a vibe and a chemistry right now that I think is really good for the chances to three-peat. And I don't think they're going to let – and trust me, we've all talked about it. They've had a plethora of distractions right after the Super Bowl up until even this last week with stuff that's gone on with players and incidents and things like that. But they seem to overcome it all. They seem to come together when they need to. And this team is focused. There's nobody that's going to derail them. The only thing that's going to derail the Chiefs are the Chiefs derailing themselves at this point. But this offense, I think, is going to be special. This could be Patrick's best year. Just saying.
I think so too. Don't worry about Coach Dre. Hold on.
He's gone invisible.
Wow.
Hey. New sounds, whoopee cushions, love it.
Damn. Not leaving much to the imagination there, Hense.
But again, like Nick said, you want to see Joe Tooney out there because you don't know what they're going to do with Joe Tooney because the cap hit is going to be very large. 28 million next year. And could they restructure or, extend his contract or something like that? But again, these young guys are coming in big, faster, and stronger. Now you got this fast wide receiver core to see that everybody's going to, gel together. And also, who's going to replace L'Jarius Sneed? Who is they going to put out there at that number 2 corner? Is it going to be Watson or it's going to be, your number 2? It's going to be William. Is it going to be?
Don't ever forget that name, Hense.
Is it going to be Williams or one of those guys? Or Hayden is getting a lot of love right about now. A lot of people saying he's doing good in minicamps and OTAs, but on OTAs, and let's see what he does in minicamp right now. So that's what I'm looking forward to see. Who's going to step up?
Yeah.
Who's going to step up in that role of L'Jarius Sneed? Who they going to put out there? And also, I'm going to be monitoring, to see what these young guys do,
Yeah, this is the nucleus of the team. I mean, we've been saying it all along. That's just kind of the way it's going to be every year, right? I mean, the rookies, the guys, 2-year guys, 3-year guys, all continuing to step up and take on bigger and bigger roles because, again, there's only so much to go around with the high dollar players that are on offense, on defense, and they've done very well drafting guys that come in, not just come in, they buy in, they become part of the culture. They're contributing at a very early stage of their career, and they're counting on that. That has to happen.
Right.
So that's I think that's one of the more improbable things about this run is that what they're doing it with. They don't have a bunch of, overpaid, veterans. They mostly doing it with young dudes and then a few, higher paid veterans sprinkled in. So yeah, it's going to be like this every year, and it's great to see. It's kind of a fresh start, and it's right. I think it also helps with staying motivated because the young guys are constantly pushing the vets because they're like, hey, NFL, man, not for long. If you're not producing, you got 2 or 3 guys behind you breathing down your throat, and that receiver room is, I'm telling you, this thing, it's going to be pretty wild all summer long.
Yeah, it'll be a big focus of minicamp, a big focus of training camp. Going to be a lot of oohs and ahs and a lot of things that people are going to want to watch and want to see. They're loaded at wide receiver, so I'm pretty excited.
First of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Lou said it is 3 men behind you breathing down your throat. I don't know. So what you got to say about that, Lou? What you truly mean about the 3 men behind you? Clear it up, sir.
There's nothing to clear. I mean, it's highly competitive. There's young dudes ready to play, and if you're not at your best, those guys are going to step in, and they have, and I'm here for it. It's great.
Okay, but hey, it's going to be amazing.
Maybe we should clear up what the hell you meant by what you thought I was getting at. I don't know.
You said that.
Yeah.
Dre was over here. You said the same thing.
Maybe. I don't know. I can't see him. I don't know.
He's taking a temporary leave.
He needed a 20. But he's going to make it. But he's going to make it a full.
We'll see.
Full timeout.
But
oh boy, it's definitely Friday, ain't it, boys?
Yeah. But we got.
I have not seen enough Eric Haynes yet today.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
I'll get into the next battle. We have a lot. Go ahead and get it right into the sponsor.
All right. Before we just totally take a dive on this show, let me talk about my good friends, Mr. Eric Haynes. He's the high dive of professional real estate agents. He is a trusted friend. He's the one who helped me and my wife Emily be able to get the house that we wanted. It was a struggle. It took a couple of months, but at the end of the day, he fought for us with he and his team, and we ended up getting the house that we wanted at the price that we wanted, and all because Eric did 5 things that are very important. Number one, he trusted the importance of what this house meant to my family. He answered every text. He answered every phone call. He basically challenged everything that needed to be challenged, and at the end of the day, he did the most important thing, and that was deliver. That's what you want with a real estate agent. So give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. Email him at esaleskc@gmail.com. He is your one-stop shop to buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City area. Again, give Eric Haynes a call, 816-729-3785.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
Yes. Very proud
and
sponsor.
what I was about to say down is, like I said earlier in the show, the wide receiver room is crowded. Do y'all see, Sky Moore, really making this roster? Because after they bringing these guys in, it's like he's getting push all the way down. Unless they change his position. Like I seen him do great, coming out the backfield. I seen him doing great and playing in the backfield. So.
Well, he was a running back going into Western Michigan.
Yeah, he was.
So he switched positions while he was in college. I mean, I guess he could certainly do that. I don't know if he's quite his body type is there yet. It'd probably take a full off season to kind of, put on some weight to try, to change it up. I mean, that would be a lot to ask him. You could see him, on certain plays, if they just to change things up a little bit, line him up in the backfield, get him, try to get a good matchup for him against a linebacker or nickel corner, something like that. But no, it's just all the guys are on notice, and it's repetitive, but every single guy outside of those the top 3 are definitely on notice. And adding McColl to the group just makes it that much more, intensified in terms of making the team. So again, it's nothing against McColl, but I don't think his spot is guaranteed. So we'll see.
Yeah, it depends. We're going to know, if his spot is guaranteed by if the Chiefs paid him the NFL minimum or they paid him
the
more
contract,
than that.
Right?
And I'm working on trying to find that. So I will let people know as soon as we can on that topic. But you're right. I mean, Justin Watson, there was some talk about maybe letting him go. He's only $2.5 million. He's a glue guy, and you need a glue receiver. And he made some terrific plays last year for Kansas City, and he's made some clutch plays in his last couple of years. So I don't think they're going to give up on him. I think Tony's on his last leg. I think Sky Moore's on his last leg, just because there's so much better wide receiver talent. And we haven't even talked about a couple of the undrafted free agent guys that are really good too. So, plus you're adding Wiley, which is another offensive weapon. And I think the Chiefs are going to throw to the backs a lot more. So, you got to be versatile in this offense, and you got to be able to block. And I just don't see Tony being a complete receiver anymore.
Well, I guess it would. I don't know if it's a selfish thing from Veach and the coaching staff, but they did. I mean, they gave up capital to go get him. I think they try publicly. They try to kind of explain away some of the things and shortcomings that he's had. But he's going to get every single opportunity. I mean, nobody. I don't think hardly any of these guys will get cut early.
Right.
But, unless, one of the veterans and they want to do like a Justin Watson is solid and try to get, give him a chance to catch on with somebody else before all the cuts get made at the end of camp.
Right.
So, it's just, I'm here for the competition. We could, I don't know, at some point, I'm sure we'll try to handicap what it's going to be. But the bottom line is it's going to come down to what happens on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Kareem makes a good comment. Last year, my player to watch was Mike Dana. Kudos to you. I didn't think Dana was even going to make the team this year. He thinks it's Turk Wharton. As guys who watch the Chiefs, who are our underrated players to watch this season? Hence, who's that one guy that you think's underrated that's going to step up this year?
I think it's I keep his name. He's from Case. He played at K-State as cornerback this year. I keep on Boyo. I probably said his name.
Boyo.
Yeah, I think I've said his name correct. I think he's gonna be a clear cut. He's gonna make the 53-man roster. I think
interesting.
A lot of people should watch out for him.
Another crowded room, man.
Yeah,
with a lot of talent.
Yeah,
a lot of talent. He has a lot of talent too, and I'm still surprised to this day why he went undrafted. But again.
Another injury. Nick, another guy coming back from injury.
Yes, I'll be looking out for him. What about you, Lou?
I don't know if he's super underrated, but I think Leo's going to have a huge year. I really do. I mean, just sacks wise, where you don't really see him, coming off the edge a lot, but I think they're going to use him a lot more that way. I think they're going to use him in a lot of different ways that they have in the past. The guy's just a super athlete. So I see him, and I've been talking about Joshua Williams since we started this. So I'm sticking with him too. I think he is going to have a breakout year. Those are my two guys, especially defensively.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be FAU. I just think with all the work he's put in the offseason with George Karlaftis and Tom Bahali, the three of them have been working out a lot. He's healthy. He looks like he's in great shape. I think he's going to be a 6 or 7 sack guy for Kansas City this year. And I agree with you, Lou, on Leo. I could see Spags dialing up, he and Karlaftis both coming in off the edge, kind of like the way the Chiefs did that with Justin Houston, sometimes with Tom Bahali. So I think there's definitely some opportunity there. But FAU to me, I don't think he was a bad pick. I just think he was hurt, and a lot of things Mike Dana came out of nowhere and took his opportunities away. So he's the guy I'm looking for. I think he's going to make he'll be the Mike Dana of 2024.
Yeah. I mean, full off season.
Yep.
Healthy. I mean, we think, knock on wood, and we hope that he's been healthy the entire off season here. And just I'm sure the expectation coming on, first round pick, Super Bowl champion, and all of a sudden, okay, go get it, kid. And he really didn't have any opportunities to really strength train, in the off season. And so I don't know that he was really ready for a full professional season. So this is kind of it. Last year we'll give him a mulligan, redshirt year, played a few snaps, made some plays, but let's see if we can get that consistency, get some scar tissue, some calluses, built up. And so looking for big things from him too.
Yeah. Yeah, Ken says underrated. Maybe the other tight end with Kelsey getting all the attention.
Other
Irv Smith.
Are you talking specifically about 50 Shades? I believe.
Yeah,
Ken.
well, that too.
That's,
and Irv Smith Jr.
I see that in his comment specifically.
You do, huh? I got you.
So we got something that's new happening on the show. What you got for us, Luke?
All right. As always, if I'm doing something, there's going to be music involved. So hence, go ahead and strike up the band. Hense Todd. Okay, look at that. Fact or cap. And as you can see, we spared no expense on the graphic. That's a beautiful rendition.
You couldn't have thrown a Chiefs Blitz logo on there? Come on. I'm going to teach you guys about marketing. Oh, my goodness.
Facts, whatever you want to say, gang. Cap. I will read a statement. It's not necessarily going to be about the Chiefs. Hell, it might not even be necessarily about football. And it'll be up to our panelists to give us, in their opinion, is that a fact or is it cap or BS or a lie? So
what's the definition of cap?
Hense, you want to handle that?
It's a lie. Definition is another word for somebody.
Okay. My 20 somethings spit all sorts of different slang terms at me, and it seemed to fit. We're trying to skew our audience a little bit more towards the younger folks. Not to say that our older audience is maybe, you're up there.
The Kansas City Kings era right here.
We appreciate you. We love you. Hell, we are you, me and Nick. So, but we'd like to bring in some of the young folks. So anyway, I will read this statement. If you guys want to play along in the comments, go ahead and give us your thoughts, and then we'll don't just say whether it's fact or cap. Give like 2 or 3 sentences on why you believe that. Okay. So let's get this started. So right off the bat, obviously, Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa, now the Indiana Fevers, come into the WNBA as, to use one of Hense's terms, she's a gold jacket coming in.
Right.
But you also have to say, hey, let's channel our inner Bill Parcells and say, let's not put them in Canton already. But this is a different situation. This is the first time somebody's coming in with NIL, somebody that's been lifted above. She comes into the league, not as the best player, but the most popular player in women's basketball, and arguably one of the richest because of the NIL deal she has. Okay?
$14 million.
Gatorade, Xfinity, Subway, she has a shoe deal. Nike's paying. I don't know that any other WNBA player has a shoe deal. Maybe Sabrina Ionescu, but I guess the point is that she's taken her lumps, right? She's a rookie. So the statement is this: Caitlin Clark needs better protection from the league. Fact, cap. Hense.
Cap.
Okay, and tell us why.
I don't think she needs more protection from the lead. I think it's just everybody's out there playing ball, and this what happens. I play sports. I played a lot of sports growing up, and things happen on the field. I seen a lot of stuff happen back in the day on the field in football and NFL. And now in this day world, everything, everybody's got a little sponge in them. You know what I mean? So I feel like, hey, tough and scared, tough and love, you know what I mean? But I think he's cat.
All right, Nick.
Oh boy, this is a tough one for me because I don't think the NBA or the WNBA leadership needs to get involved, but I'm going to go fact because I think her teammates need to come to her defense in the game when things like that happens. I get what Hense is saying about paying the dues and you got to earn it. And listen, you're right. I mean, she comes into the league, Lou, with $14 million plus. That's just what she earned last year. God knows what she earned before that. She is the reason that people are turning eyeballs on to the WNBA. She's the reason why this whole thing has turned into everybody comment on issue, and it's not even left or right anymore. It's just a matter of, okay, is it proper behavior for a league that's trying to establish themselves as somebody who wants to get a broader audience, and Caitlin Clark is bringing the broader audience. So for me, her teammates need to be more involved. That's just my take, as it would be for any sport. I was the guy. I played a lot of sports. I was the guy getting picked on. Guys came to my defense because I was a short little runt. Playing basketball and soccer and baseball.
But you earned your stripes, Nick.
But I earned my stripes, and I got my letters in playing sports, just because I had some great teammates who stuck up for me. And I got some horror stories about some stuff that happened to me, playing in high school. But at the end of the day, I never gave up on myself, and again, great people and great coaches around me. So, so to answer your question, Lou, I kind of got way too winded on this thing. I think her teammates need to stick up for her, but I don't think this is something the WNBA has to do.
Not the league.
Right, listen.
So cap for a different reason. All right,
Correct.
Coach. Listen. Because you just jumped in. Caitlin, the statement is Caitlin Clark needs better protection from her league.
I think if you honestly look at it, okay, first I'm gonna say this. They don't. She don't. I'm gonna tell you why. When you just start a player,
it's cap.
Oh, it's cap.
Yes.
There, cap.
Go ahead.
No, I said cap. I think I said cap earlier.
Next question.
You were invisible. You were invisible at that
I was invisible. Okay. No, I'm gonna say cap because she had to earn her dues, man. Like she had to earn her dues. Like you came in as a star player from college. You gotta come in and earn your dues. You got to.
So what are people saying in the chat, Nick?
Well, Freeway says her teammates said they ain't trying to lose no game checks. They don't want to get suspended. Ken Sinclair says that's a fact. She's a rookie. A lot of it will go away after the first year, but I agree with Nick. Let's see. Kareem is cap. Mango's cap. Obviously, bow tie. Kareem again. Let's spit the facts. No cap. That seems to be the consensus here. So again, I got no problem with any of it other than her teammates. That's just me.
What's the next question, Lou?
So here's the thing, and I would say it's cap. The only thing I would say is better protection. I think is what they already did was elevate that shot that she took. That was not a basketball play as a flagrant one. But the bottom line is there's going to be a lot of resentment there. Again, you come into the league without having picked up the ball yet as the most popular player and everybody's darling. Sure, these women are going to take exception to that. And you are going to have to pay your dues. I can't remember, maybe a little bit Magic Johnson coming into the NBA where he all of a sudden may have been the most popular player right off the bat as a number one pick.
Right. But he backed it up.
But he's a 6'9" dude that weighed 240 pounds or whatever, maybe a little lighter when he first came in. He was 19 years old. But this is just unprecedented. So bottom line is she's like every other rookie. She's got to earn it. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Number 2. Now, this one is Chiefs related. Okay. We've talked a lot about the interior linemen and the Chiefs potentially paying guys in advance, and they haven't shown the propensity to do that. So here's the statement. Creed must be paid at the top of his market by the Chiefs.
Facts. And that's why you're going to Kareem Humphrey is one of those guys that is going to help build this offensive line. He's one of the top offensive linemen in the league at a young age. He help protect not just Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, a lot of guys that's, he played college with. The guy, I feel like you can build around him. Now, if I had to choose between him and Trey, I'm choosing Creed. That's how in fact.
It's about time you finally agree to something. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Nick, what you got?
I think it's a fact. I think they have to pay him. I think they can find another center, but again, my only concern with him has been the issues with the snaps in the last half of last year and in the postseason. As long as that's corrected, there's not a better center right now in the National Football League, and the Chiefs were very fortunate that they were able to get him, and he's been lights out. So I think he will. I think facts. Yeah, you got to pay the man his money.
Yep, I agree. Facts. Pay him.
Everybody in the comments saying facts. Cat, what they saying, Nick?
Let's see. Kareem says cap. Chiefs don't pay centers, even Pro Bowlers. And fact with an asterisk, he needs to get those snaps elevated.
I think that was probably a temporary thing. I mean, he's been doing it his whole life.
He could have been injured too. We just didn't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Remember I said that earlier a couple of shows ago. I said he probably was hurt.
It looked like he was having some issues.
So here's the thing: the center market, again, is probably one of the most underpaid positions out there right now. Frank Ragnow for Detroit is the highest paid center. His last extension was 4 years, $54 million. So are they willing to go to like 4 years, $60 million? Something like that. In terms of what Kareem said, that's true. They haven't done close to one of the best, and they let him walk. Now that was a little different situation.
Yeah, that was he wanted out. There were a lot of reasons why he wanted out of Kansas City.
So I'm gonna go fact here. Trey, the guard market is a lot more. I mean, it's more like $22 million a year. Right. So in terms of Creed, I'm going to say facts. They get it done. Hopefully they get it done early. And then they see what they do with Trey, but absolutely.
Yeah, a little side note on the Rodney Hudson situation. When the Raiders decided to let him go, he was going to re-sign with the Chiefs. That was before they drafted Creed Humphreys. A month later, he would have been a Chief, and Creed Humphreys would not have been a Chief. But then they traded him to the Cardinals because the Raiders didn't want to see him go to the Chiefs, and he made it pretty clear that's where he was going to go play. And so he spent the last couple of years with the Cardinals, but Rodney was terrific. He was one of the best centers this organization has
He's
ever
probably the
had.
only one, honestly. I mean, manhandled Aaron Donald.
He's a great player. All right, we got one more, Lou.
Sure, why not?
All right, let's do one more.
Been a lot of talk. CJ Stroud went on a podcast earlier this week and was talking about different players, and then they were asking him questions. So he might have got a little over his skis. A lot of shots were being fired at Aaron Rodgers, and one in particular is the statement is this: Eli Manning had a better career than Aaron Rodgers.
I'll go first on this one.
Fact or cap?
Fact. Absolutely. Multiple Super Bowls, successfully negotiated his way out of going to the Chargers and going to the New York Giants. I think he had a terrific career. He brought a lot of stability to the organization. He came up clutch in both those Super Bowl wins and in so many games leading up to him in both those seasons. I love Aaron Rodgers to a point, but his commitment to the Giants was far greater than I think that Aaron's commitment is to the game itself. So I'm going to say fact.
Absolutely. Facts.
Hense, what you got?
I'm going to say fact. I feel like he played better than Aaron Rodgers in his career. If I had to choose one, if I was starting out of those two, if I was starting a franchise, I would choose Eli Manning.
Hello.
Because, he was more clutch when it came to big games and big moments. And
yes, he was.
Aaron Rodgers he was Mr. Glass.
Yeah.
When it came to big moments and big time games.
Yeah.
He just fell fell off the cliff of the earth.
Eli's better than Peyton. Nah, I go facts, man. Eli's accolades he got way more accolades than Aaron Rodgers, man.
Yeah.
Been in big game. Look, his first Super Bowl run was fantastic, man. He beat Brett Favre. He beat the Dallas Cowboys, the T.O. Prime T.O. Dallas Cowboys, right? Beat Tampa Bay, right? On that journey, man. And then you beat the undefeated New England Patriots. The undefeated New England Patriots. Come on now. So you gotta give it to Eli. Eli got no bones.
Just winning that game puts him above.
I'm gonna give that one to Spags. I'm going cap here. I think Eli had two incredible playoff runs, and outside of that, his career was fair to middling. Aaron Rodgers has won 4 MVPs. He did win a Super Bowl with the Packers. Did it fall? Could we expected more? Yeah, perhaps. But in terms of just watching him play, the way he threw the football, I disagree with some of the things in terms of coming up small in big games. I don't know. I've seen a ton of games. I mean, Coach,
NFC Chiefs champions games. He came up short multiple times.
You probably recall a game against Arizona that I think he had a pretty good game. Some pretty good games in Seattle as well. So I'm going Cap here. I would take Aaron Rodgers' career over Eli's.
Russell Wilson beat him multiple times.
Well, that's true.
There you have it, gang. Facts or Cap.
Yeah.
And again, I can't believe what the tremendous amount that we put into that graphic. That's beautiful.
We love it. Simplicity here.
Simplicity.
At Chiefs Blitz.
Less is more.
All right, I'm gonna share one more fact that came across the Twitter.
I'm just kidding, guys.
The Twitter feed came across. Rick Burkholder, who is the head trainer for the Chiefs, said Harrison Butker was the player who left the meeting room to alert the medical personnel. So props to Harrison Butker, man, for taking care of your teammate and getting people in there right away. So I think that's great.
You put some respect on Buckner now. I mean,
you put a lot of respect.
You got to put a lot of respect on Buckner.
I just think that's great. So anyway, that's not going to ease some of the other issues, but at the end of the day, you really no. I'm just saying because some people aren't going to view it that way. Let's be honest. Some people aren't going to view it that way, and I don't want to get into this again. Harrison is a good person.
He's not.
Who has his
not
beliefs.
A reprehensible human being.
No, and I think again, props to doing what he did to make sure that he got medical treatment for his teammate right away.
Let's go.
That's all that matters.
That's it.
International man of mystery. Yes,
that's right. That's right.
Very well coiffed. If he can act at all, he could be the next James Bond.
I agree.
Thumbs up in it. Put a lot of cat in the chat if you want that new segment to begin. I think I'd like.
Segment is dope. I love the segment.
We want to try different things, especially during the off season. It's a lot easier. There's not games going on. There's not like 100 stories flowing out there that we
it's
can
a
talk
long
about.
way to New Orleans.
I got a question for you on the next segment. I got a question for you. Yeah. Which defense is better, the 3-4 to 4-3?
Oh God.
Jesus, what do you? Let's get Belichick in here, and he can tell. He can break it down. We'll do like a 10-part series on that.
Man, that's deep though. I'm saying though.
We'll save that for a Monday topic because that has a lot. That's an hour conversation.
That's a lot of layers to that. Then
almost like Jeopardy. In this case, you put instead of putting it in a form of a question, you put it in a form of a statement. So yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and get into our sponsors.
Let's talk about my good friend.
More FaceTime for Eric Haynes. Let's go,
Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. He is your trusted real estate advisor. He's my trusted real estate advisor. She's also one of my best friends. And if you're looking for someone who can help you buy a house or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, doesn't mean it have to be Kansas City proper. He has got people all over the place that can help you out, even if you live outside the Kansas City area like I do. He is your man. He is a good person, and he fought for us to make sure we got the right price. He fought for us in the things we wanted in the house. And at the end of the day, he answered every call, every text, every concern. When I was freaking out, he just calmed me down. He goes, don't worry. It's all going to work out, and it did. So give him a call at 816-729-3785. And remember, if Eric sells your house or he finds a house for you to buy, I will personally dish out one of my premium Len Dawson signed items as a thank you for believing in our sponsor. So again, give Eric Haynes a call, 816-729-3785.
Proud sponsor of Chief. There we go. That's what we was
there. It is. There it is. There it is.
Mentioned that at the beginning of the show.
All right, guys. That's going to do it. It's our Friday edition. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Again, our thoughts and prayers to BJ Thompson. It's good that he's awake, alert, and he's communicating with doctors. That's all a good sign.
Yep.
And kudos to the Chiefs for being very quick to respond. And probably the fact that he's a premier athlete probably had a lot to do with the fact that he's awake and alert today. So, again, prayers to him. Don't care about football. I just want to be happy and healthy. And if he plays in the NFL someday, great. But for now, just worry about taking care of yourself. Guys, Lou, Andre, Hense, I love you. You're my brothers. I appreciate all of you. This has been a fun ride so far, and we're just getting started.
Hey. He put some love on it.
That was more. I think that was more Skip than Skip.
That was hard. I think I was trying to do my Howard Cosell, but it didn't do as good.
It was.
Go ahead and get a shout out, Drake.
All right, man. You know St. Clair Kareem, right? St. Clair Kareem. I haven't seen Ruben today. Ruben had been on the show today.
Ruben, no show.
Right.
He had something going on today.
Shout out to Baltar, aka that was me. You know, that was me. Put cap, sir. I was on the show now. I was on the show. Let's see here. St. Clair.
You were
and my old working buddy David Steckelberg.
You were tweeting while sitting on the throne.
Yeah, on the throne, man. I had to, still be involved.
Whatever's in that cup that's making you go, take it down a notch.
Oh man, hey, I want to make it potent. I want to make it potent, more potent, man.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going there. That's just not doing it.
I think I hit everybody. Yep, I hit everybody, guys. It's just shocking that Ruben wasn't on the show today.
Let's
channel our inner Harbaugh. Who's got it better than us?
Right, that's right.
Nobody. All right.
I know one person that does it better than anybody else, and that's a one more shout out for the man himself.
Right. Peace out, everybody. We'll let you watch a little bit more Prince. We'll be back on Monday, and we will be back on Four Guys in a Bar, 12 o'clock noon, and we appreciate y'all. Please subscribe. Tell all your friends to subscribe. This is our passion. This is Four Guys in a Bar, and we want everybody to be as much of a participant as possible. Have a great weekend.
Facts or cap.
We're gathered here today to get to this thing called life. Clap your hands, y'all.
That was it.